One advice that I've always heard that I take to heart: when you find a good woman that's really for you, hold on to it.
I met Adenola King Bola in 4th grade. I say the first time I actually met him was in 4th grade.
Back then, you're African. You get made fun of African, booty scratcher, blah, blah, blah. Pretty much I had a long day of kids making fun of me being African. So day was over, we're in the line waiting. So you know you have car riders, people that walk home. So as I'm waiting in line, I just look up and I see her name tag. And I was like, oh, what do we see? I'm like, oh, she's Nigerian. So I just walked up to her. I was like, hey, how are you doing? You're Nigerian. She just looked at me like, oh, okay. And I was just like, what the heck?
And well, he claims that he was trying to get at me or tell me stuff or, you know, talk to me in 4th grade. And I was like being, you know, the girl saying, I don't, you know, acting like he wasn't there.
Okay. I thought she was kind of a little sassy. But I just stood there, then all of a sudden her mom came and got her and took her home. But ever since then, she's had my attention. And we were about, what? About 10 years old. So we've gone to the same elementary school, middle school, high school. So we've always known each other, we've always been friends. In high school, I wanted to take Yemisi to prom. I'll never forget this, and I always tell this story. I started asking a friend, so is she free? He said, no, she's free, just go talk to her. I'm like, no, I don't want to ask her. You ask her for me, tell her. Friend was like, no, you need to ask her. When I finally got the courage, I'm going to ask her. Too late, somebody already beat me to it. I'll never forget that.
When I first saw him in 4th grade, I didn't really think nothing of him. I thought he was just a guy that was around and, you know, he was Nigerian, I was Nigerian. I was like, you know, I guess I didn't take it seriously. I was just like, you know, that's cool. Hey, you know, I'm not like, you know, you know, but I think in high school and middle school, I was like, you know, he's cute. You know, that's when I kind of had that, you know, when I got a little older. I think in high school, I was like, he's really cute. Like in 11th grade, I think I was like, there was one girl in our class that would always say, I'm gonna hook you and Adenolas up. And I say, you know, I wanted her to do it, but I was like, nah, you know, you're not, you know, I don't think we're gonna do that. But I thought he was cute in high school. I'll say that. And then, you know, being cute in high school is like, ooh, you get excited. But we weren't together, but I still was peeping. I was peeping hard too. Yeah, so, you know. So I think when I first met him in 4th grade, I was more like, whatever. Oof. Hey, you know. And then when I got older a little bit and I started recognizing what, you know, good-looking man looks like, I was like, ooh, you know, he's handsome.
I mean, we're always friends, we always kept in touch, so to speak, but it was more of now, I might see you at a party, like, man, she's looking good. You see you somewhere, you start to see each other more often, start texting more often. Okay, but then at that point, that was 2010.
In 2010, I graduated from nursing school in actually December 2009. After that, I moved back to Houston, I was in San Antonio. And when I moved back, he and I reconnected in 2010. And in 2010, I was like, oh yeah, like, okay, you know, this is kind of official. This is more than 4th grade now, you know. So we started dating, hanging out, going to each other's house, doing everything, like just having fun, getting to know each other.
I really liked intimacy, but it was more of she was ready to, let's make this official.
I knew we liked each other, but, you know, I think I was like, I wanted something serious. I wanted him to be serious and me to be serious. And I felt like I was a little bit serious. I probably wasn't, but I felt like I was more serious. And I said, you know, this is really nice. I want his next step to be like, hey, I want this to be like serious. But I felt like he liked me, but how serious does he think this is right now?
But I just wasn't, I don't say if I wasn't ready, but it was more of just the fear of doing somebody wrong. And I couldn't live with that. I just told her straight up, like, I'd rather just not us be together than if we're together, then you find out, oh, you're just like those guys. I don't want that. That's just, so it never happened.
So we always kept in touch, text, hey, how are you? How's everything going? It's going good. Knowing that was a little bit, there was always a little crush inside of me. I was like, man, I think he's cute and I like him. But at the same time, I was like, okay, let's just be friends. So we always text each other, and that was a good thing about us.
I think I dated somebody, she dated somebody. Then you start realizing certain things are not, some things that you think you're looking for, that's important to you. Once you get it, it's like, damn, it's nowhere, I don't even care for it like that. Having a conversation with my dad, when he had a real conversation with me as a man, okay, this is the kind of girl that you date now. This girl, what does she have? 5 years from now, what do you think she'll be? I couldn't answer. I don't know. So is that the woman you want to be with? I got pissed. Like, man, you're trying to control me, tell me who to date, this, that. I'm not telling you. I'm just telling you what kind of woman you should. All right, man, whatever. But it hurt because he was right. Then he said, what about your friend used to bring? He said, oh, Yemisi. I said, man, she's not worried about me. That girl she has somebody, she's probably already married or whatever. He's like, no, but last I heard, she's single. I'm like, no, she's not. I think she has a boyfriend. And then I think one of my cousins, this is when I was in my dad's office, he came started talking, he knows her. I was like, oh yeah, she's not with that guy anymore. For real? I'm like, oh. That was like light bulb, man. And the funny thing is, every time, besides 2010 was maybe the only time we were both single, we could have made it work. But besides any other time, it was always bad timing. I'm single, she has somebody else, or vice versa. 2010 it was like the perfect timing. I think either I got cold feet or whatever it was, but I wasn't ready. But after the conversation with my dad, I had to think real long and hard. What kind of woman do you want? Tell myself, man, I don't want a woman that's like, that can't carry her weight, that's just there. So I'm gonna have to be the mom and dad and you're there. But what kind of woman do you want? But you have to be real with yourself, because when you get a strong woman or good woman, it's not gonna be, oh, do whatever I want, it's okay. She's gonna scrutinize you or make sure, because my dad would tell you the difference between a woman and a girl. If you tell a girl, oh, I'm a businessman, I do this. Oh, okay, cool. Tell a grown woman, I do business. What kind of business? You say import and export. What do you import? What do you export? She's gonna start breaking you down. It's like, you're not gonna BS me. That's how young she was.
Called me one day. He said, hey, he called me one night. It was really late. And he's like, hey, he was texting me that day. He was like, hey, how are you doing? This and that. And like I said, it wasn't unusual for him to text, but it was a little like, he was really texting me that evening. And I was like, okay, let me text him back.
I remember I was in the office with my dad, just having a conversation. He was like, just go for it. It's all right. So I remember I called her.
And he's like, hey, what are you doing like right now? And it was like 11 o'clock at night. And I'm like, well, I'm about to go to sleep.
All right, I'm gonna come and pick you up. I'm gonna take you out.
Oh, well, it's kind of late, like I'm kind of tired. I'm getting into bed.
So I stopped. I was like, oh man, I don't like that answer. So I was like, no, I'm not taking no for an answer. So I texted back, okay, well, I wasn't asking you. I'm telling you, I'm coming to pick you up and we're gonna go out to eat.
And he said, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you that I want to come see you. And I said, well, ho. I said, well, you're going to have to take me as I am. Like, I'm literally in my PJs about to go to sleep. But we can talk.
And she's like, chuckling, okay. Whatever. So I picked her up, went to the E Pho.
He didn't talk anything about what he wanted yet. He just kept, we were just vibing. So we got to the restaurant, we're talking, we're laughing. He didn't say anything. In my head, I was thinking, well, did he really bring me over here just to talk and laugh? But maybe he did, I remember it was time to leave, and I said, we got in the car, we were on the way back, and he finally made a statement, and I was kind of like, boom.
And then I had a conversation with her. It was more of like, look, now I'm approaching you because I really like you, and I want us to make this thing work. Like, I want you to be my girlfriend. I'm not saying this, that I'm looking for a wife, and I'm trying to take it there.
He's like, hey, we didn't drive all the way out here and go through the restaurant and do all this. I didn't do this for no reason. He kind of made a statement. Me and you've been going at it for a long time. Like, we've been liking each other for a long time. But, I don't want any confusion now. I want you to know that I like you. And I was like, whoa. I mean, because it's almost like, yeah. Yes.
She was kind of like, okay. I've heard this before, but we'll see. So we kept talking. She was, oh man, this guy is really serious.
But I kind of said, aren't you talking to somebody or something like that? And he said, yeah, I am, but I'm gonna clear that up. And I'm like, no, you need to clear that up now. This is serious.
Oh.
But one thing that I did is I just said, I'm gonna listen and I'm gonna watch his actions. And he did tell me that night. He said, I know I like you, and I know we've been liking each other for a long time. And I know we've been having this little ups and downs and phases, but I really want to let you know that I like you. And I mean, that kind of got me excited. I was like, yes, like, I like you. I've been liking you. So this is official, but I mean, you saying it, but I've been crushing hard for a long time. Proposal.
All right, proposal.
So, it was the day before my birthday.
After I got the ring, then I called her dad. I told her if I can come over, I wanted to talk to him about something. And I asked to make sure her mom was there too. So when I came in, I sat them down, like, just kind of told them, kind of thank you for allowing me to be in your family and all that. And I want to take it to the next step. I would like to ask your permission to ask your daughter's hand in marriage. Damn, so they were very happy about that. They gave me their blessing. I let her siblings know and everything. So I told them, okay, I'm going to propose on her birthday.
And he told me we were going to go on a date, for my birthday, the night before my birthday. So he, I think I was a little upset that day about something. I don't know what it was.
I think we got a little argument that day too. So which is perfect. So it's more like you don't have to know what's going on.
I was even like waiting for him, I think the night. We were supposed to go to dinner the night before my birthday. So I said, he's like, we're going to bring in the birthday, at 12 o'clock, we're going to be together and everything like that. So I remember the night before my birthday, I said, I was getting ready and I had to like wait. And I was like, are we still going? Should I change? Should we do this the next day? But he was like, no, I'm still coming. And I was like, it's 11 o'clock. Restaurants are starting to close.
So I was all over, all day, I'm all over going to the restaurant, make sure everything was okay. Okay, I wanted late. So at least that way it's mostly us, only in the restaurant, nobody else. But luckily when we got there, I think we got there like 30 minutes late, which was perfect. Nobody was there, so it was just us in the restaurant. So I've been running around, then I went to the flower shop to buy flowers. Then this one, I put the flowers together myself. So I just got the flowers, then all the little accessories and everything, the lady gave it to me. So when I went home, I remember my dad, he's like, what are you doing? I'm trying to make a flower. And I kid you not, me and my dad and my sister helped us. We sat there and made the bouquet. We sat there and said, okay, take this off at this. Okay, why don't you tie the ribbon? We did everything. I'll never forget that. Because I thought I was done, I was like, dang, Dad, a Nigerian man doing that, he would never, but he was excited to put it all together. Then after we were done, I took everything to the restaurant, dropped it off. Okay, make sure the flower's here, here's the ring, and this is what I want you to write on the plate. So I set up everything.
I sat on the couch, I waited. He came to my house to pick me up on the way to the restaurant. I think, like I said, something bubbled me that the day of, I don't know what it was, but, I was over it. I was ready to go to dinner with him. And I remember we were on the way to the restaurant and I said, are you sure the restaurant's going to be open? Do you want to pick any other restaurants on the way? And he was like, nah, like we can go to that one that I'm talking about. And I said, oh, okay.
So we went to the restaurant, we're sitting down, we're eating. Now when she arrived, they had the gifts on the table, they had the flower, everything on there, but I had the ring in my pocket.
It was quiet. It was Morton's Steakhouse on by the Galleria. So we got to the steakhouse, we walked in, and I walked up, we walked in, they sat us down, and as they were sitting us down and directing us to the table, I saw that there was a table set up and it was like lovely. Like it was like, wow, like what is going on? I mean, this is my birthday, so I was excited, like this is nice. Day before my birthday. So I said, walked up to the table, I saw gift bags, I saw, you know, a nice little setup, just beautiful setup, flowers and a vase, and I was like, wow, like my heart just dropped right then and there when I saw that. I mean, I didn't know anything was happening. I just thought that was like really nice and sweet. Like the little things mean the most to me. So I was like, that is good. I like that he paid attention to the details, made the table really nice.
So we're eating, having a good dinner, lunch, gave her the gift, and then it was time for dessert.
And not too many people were in the restaurant, so it was very intimate setting. Like, you know, I felt like it was one of those scenarios where you're in a dark room and there's like a light above that romantic area. So it was like, wow. So I sat there and we ate dinner. The food was, you know, we were eating dinner. And I remember us getting towards the end of, first of all, I asked him, like, I think I asked him about the flowers. I'm like, wow, you put these flowers together? He said, my dad helped me put the flowers together. And I was like, you and your dad? Wow. He was like, yeah. I was like, this is really nice. They were red and they were very pretty. I have pictures and everything.
It was time for dessert. That's when I told them what to write on there. I put just say yes. They wrote it on there with the cake. So they brought that out and then he kind of pulled the table. I'm like, okay, I need to go to the restroom. So he kind of pulled the table out and he dropped he kind of looked at it like, just say yes.
So the guy comes to the table, you know, and he has a plate. And it's just, I think it said, you know, just say yes. And I didn't notice it at first. I remember we were talking and everything. He put it on the table and he was like, Debola turned to me and he said, you know, I need to go use the restroom really quick. And he was scooting away from the table. But as he was scooting away from the table, I looked down and I was like, whoa, just say yes. Like, and he was already on his knees.
Got on my knees.
And I was like, oh my God, I was melting right there. Because I was like, oh my God, like, are you serious? It was like unreal, to be honest. It took me like 2 days to register that he just did that and that just happened. I was excited, but it was so deep that I was like, oh my goodness.
And I just pulled it up. She's like, Yemisi. I said a full name, say Semiat Yemisi Telefusi. Would you do the honors of making me the happiest man and taking my last name? And it was just more of like, wow, she was shocked.
I was very accepting of it. I was just in shock. I mean, I knew that, you know, this is gonna happen one day, but I think I was more like, oh my goodness, like it's today? Like, I froze. I won't lie, I totally froze and I was like numb. And I was like, oh my God, I was excited and numb. And he gave me a very lovely speech and somebody was recording it. So I was like, sometimes I have to go back and play it and say, oh my goodness. And I always, when I replay it, I always stop because I'm like, I can't believe, like, it gets me to that numb phase again. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is so sweet. So then, you know, I said yes.
Thank God. He said yes. And, you know, and then the rest is history where, I mean, it was an exciting moment because it's something I've seen people do, but I don't know, I was nervous. Like, I didn't realize how nervous you would be when you're about to ask that question because it's more of it's a milestone in your life. So, and I thank God to be honest, I'm not even sure what knee I was on. I'm not sure if I was on the right or the left knee. I went out, got on my knees, and I asked her, and she said yes. And, you know, it was a great day, just that feeling like, oh man, I'm engaged.